Long Beach Arena. Bob Beatty with Kurt Kilgore, expert commentator. The United States against Canada in the semifinal match for the right to meet Brazil, who beat Italy earlier this evening for the gold medal on Saturday night. The United States won the first game 15-6. They came back and won the second game 15-10. They now trail Canada 4-2. United States now 4-3. United States in the final preliminary match 2 nights ago against Brazil was really blown out, and it was kind of doubtful whether or not they'd really be able to come back today, but they look pretty good, Kirk.
Well, I think that 2 things have happened since then. Doug Beal has started what I think is his best starting lineup with Greg Buck and Pat Powers in the game. And also the United States tonight, we're seeing them pass serve. Karsturai, Aldous Berzins have to pass the first serve so the U.S. can get one-on-one hitting opportunities against the Canadians.
Okay, speaking of serving, we've just watched John Barrett there with his jump serve. We'll be talking more about that, but that is the serve that most of the Brazilians use. And the United States had a lot of trouble with that, but we'll talk about that when we see Barrett serve again. He's the only Canadian who has that jump serve. Okay, Canada 4, U.S. 3. Best 3 out of 5 to go into the gold medal game against Brazil. Side out. Up. 4 all. Point United States. Tied at 4.
See the referee giving the signal for 4 hits. You're only allowed 3 hits on a side in volleyball. The block does not count as a touch.
Referee Sasaki from Japan. Speaking of Japan, as we're watching Dusty DeBoer get ready to serve, they were beaten 3-0 by Canada. Most people, when they think of volleyball, think of Japan. They initiated this sport in the 1964 Olympics as far as an Olympic sport is concerned, and they've done extremely well since then. Also, the Soviet Union, of course, is not here. Let's take a look at the block, though.
Okay, here we go. Here is Terry Daniluk in setting for the Canadians. Sets the ball deep. The ball never cleared the net. Good call by the referee.
Dusty Dvorak serving. United States 5, Canada 4. Timeout for Canada. While we're in this timeout, we might mention that the Canadians have the largest team in the world right now. They play volleyball in all of their schools, and they are extremely good in volleyball. But they're having some trouble with the United States tonight. U.S. leading 2-0 and 5-4 in this. The United States, they're now leading 6-5. In this, the 3rd game, they won the first 2 games. Best 3 out of 5, as we have mentioned. The team winning this match tonight goes into the gold medal game against Brazil on Saturday night. 7-5, United States.
There we see Steve Timmons hitting a back 1, a quick set from Dvorak behind him. Real deceptive because the hitter comes from in front and steps behind the last minute.
For the United States, the progress the last few years in volleyball has been tremendous. They have not qualified for the Olympics since 1968. As late as 1982 in the World Championships in Argentina, they only finished 13th. And here they are playing to get into the gold medal game. For Canada, they played in 1976 as the host country. As we look at Coach Doug Beal here on the bench.
They've thrown up
and his assistant, Bill Neville.
We could be transitioning now.
And Berton, I mean, he's taking that set out on top, and he's just wailing it out like that.
It's a nice play. He saved him a lot of times.
He's playing good.
Well, you can't coach from the bench in volleyball, but you can certainly talk it over, right, Kurt?
And we have a mic on Doug Beal, and it's real interesting. When we have a chance, we'll let you listen to him. He has a lot of things to say, and you can see the strategies it develops.
Okay, Canada serving. Terry Daniluk. Let's take another look at that. Side out U.S.
Here's the back set to Aldous Berzins. Goes up off the block. It's a nice hit off the block or out of bounds.
Berzins serving. Can only gain points in volleyball while you're serving. From the outside, Garth Pitchke. Garth Pitchke, number 15, plays a very important role in this team. Here he is again. Good play by Garth Pitchke. Garth Pitchke, number 15, 28 years old, played on the Canadian Olympic team in Montreal in 1976. Has been coaching at the University of Manitoba and just rejoined the team 3 months ago to play for them. He gives them a lot of athletic ability and experience.
He's a great athlete, a real high jumper.
7-6. U.S. over Canada. Good spike by Steve Timmons of the United States. Steve Timmons, 6'5", out of Newport Beach, played for USC. as did the setter, number 1, Dusty Dvorak. We'll see Dusty Dvorak make these sets tonight. It's important that he have a good night. Canada doesn't do anything very fancy, but they do come at you.
They're a big, powerful team. They try and overpower you. And then in a way, that plays into the USA. Then we see Dusty Dvorak. He's the setter for this U.S. team. One setter, and he sets most of the plays. Okay, United States 8, Canada 6. Wiping some perspiration off the floor. We're looking at Dusty right now. As we said, also of USC. Ball was called a lift, a carry. Side out to Canada with the U.S. leading 8-6. United States won the first game 15-6 and the second game 15-10. Volleyball in Canada. We've spent a lot of time with the Canadian officials this afternoon in our hotel, and they said that volleyball is rapidly becoming their most popular sport. Kids start playing when they're in kindergarten, and they play all through their school system. Bob, the U.S. has had a lot of success going to the quick set. That time it didn't work.
USA 8, Canada 7. Quick set in the middle. United States has had a lot of success tonight hitting from the middle.
They sure have. And here we see the perfect pass by Karai. Dvorak jumps to deliver the ball quicker, and Timmons puts it away.
Steve Timmons.
Come on, Terry.
US 9, Canada 7. Timeout for Canada. So the United States coming ever so close to getting to the gold medal, and now leading in the third game 9-7. In Long Beach, semifinals, men's volleyball, United States leading 10-7, already up 2-0. Best 3 out of 5 to win. Kach Karai serving. 4-time All-American out of UCLA. Dusty Dvorak seems to be having an outstanding game, number 1, setting for the United States tonight.
He has. He's been running. The key to this is that Ryan Berzins has been passing serve to him, gives him all his options, doing a great job.
Side out, Canada. Canadian men, before coming to this tournament this spring, defeated the Soviet Union, powerful Soviet Union team, 3-0 in the Soviet Union. So they are powerful, and as we know, they're big. Talking to the U.S. coaches, they said they would try to move them around, try to get away from those big blockers, and I think that Dusty's setting has done just that.
Let's take a look at this set by the Canadians. They go to their big hitter, Paul Greton outside. He goes over the top and down. He's a big, powerful hitter.
Paul Greton, 25 years old, number 5, been on the Canadian team for 5 years. Kach Karai we're looking at right here, very inspirational player from Santa Barbara, All-American, and on the NCAA 5-man All-Scholastic team as a senior.
Bob, this is an important match for Kach Karai. He struggled against Brazil. He's back into his form tonight. The U.S. is having a nice time with him going well.
Knockout down. Tom Selleck here, the honorary captain of the United States team, plays a lot of volleyball himself in Hawaii.
In fact, he's an All-American in the senior division, a very good player.
Plays in the Master Series. Okay, serving for the United States, Chris Milo. Chris Milo, who comes in for defensive and serving purposes, has served the ball out. Side out. Terry Danilek, 24-year-old. Will be playing in Japan next winter, as will many players from the Canadian team, apparently. Let's take a look at this set by Dusty Dvorak.
Here comes the pass right to him. They fake to the middleman. Go to the second option, Berzins. Block can't get him.
Berzins serving for the U.S. U.S. leading 10-7. Danilek is now in doing the setting for Canada. Usually their setter is Tom Jones.
Danilek normally plays outside as a good passer, good all-around player. I've never seen him set before.
Well, perhaps Tom Jones has had an injury. We haven't heard any word on that. He's considered one of the best setters in the world. That was would certainly throw the timing of Canada off if it were the case.
Well, I think we've seen some of that in this game.
Side out U.S. Pat Powers serving. Pat Powers from Malibu went to USC. Most of these players, actually all of the players on the floor, with the exception of Aldis Berzins, who went to Ohio State, are from universities here in the Southern California area. So they played together in beach volleyball and other tournaments off and on for many years. But they've been together for 3 years now on the national team.
Bob, there we see a yellow card. The referee called the setter into the net. A good break for the USA, scored a point for him. And the Canadians didn't like it. That
yellow card is a warning. Another one, and there would be a point taken away or awarded to the other team. Good play by Canada. United States leading 11-7. U.S. leading 2-0 in the match for the gold medal. The United States against Canada in men's volleyball semifinals. The winner against Brazil for the gold medal Saturday night. United States leading 11-7. They won the first 2 games, best 3 out of 5 to win the match. Dusty Dvorak serving for the U.S. Tom Jones back in, setting for Canada now. Number 7. Side out Canada. Interesting to note, too, that Bill Neville, who is the assistant coach for the United States, coached the Canadian team in the 1976 Olympics in Montreal. Canada qualified because they were the host country. This is the first time they have qualified because of their performance, and they have an outstanding volleyball team. U.S. a lot looser than they were in that match 2 nights ago against Brazil when they really seemed confused.
I think the Brazilian serve the other night got them in trouble. Tonight their passing serve well, lets them run their offense.
Side out U.S. Craig Buck serving. Tom Jones setting. They like to hit from the left side. Ball is hit out. U.S. 12, Canada 7. 6'8" Craig Buck from Tarzana, California, has had some problems with his ankle. He had a kind of a stress fracture earlier, and it's been kind of bothering him. They've kept him in and out of the lineup throughout this tournament, but he's been in all the time tonight.
And I think that the U.S. has their starting lineup back in. The ball was ruled in. An ace serve for Craig Buck. An ace when the other team can't play it back.
Yeah, the Canadian players did not agree. U.S. 13, Canada 7. 15 points to win. 2 points away from going into the gold medal. Kajkarai, set by Dvorak. U.S. 14, Canada 7.
Here we can see the play pass to Dvorak. He's off the net, but gets to Timmins.
Match point. 1 point for going into the gold medal game against Brazil. Side out Canada. Good play by Canada.
And the Canadians go to Paul Gertron when they have to. He's their captain. He kept him in this one.
Their big hitters really haven't been able to unwind tonight.
Gertron's had a fairly good match. He's had 18 putaways in 31 attempts. 50% is awfully good, but they're not getting to him enough. Their other big hitter, John Barrett, only has 8 kills. That's where they're hurting.
Substitution for Canada. Here comes Garth Pitchke, number 15 in for Tom Jones. Pitchke gives them a lot of experience. He's an outstanding athlete, scratch golfer, good swimmer, competitive bowler, coach at University of Manitoba. But will it be enough tonight? Hit off the block, side out U.S. Match point again. U.S. leading 14-7. Aldis Berzins serving. Is the hit. It's saved. Set by Dusty Dvorak. Behind him, and that's the match. The United States has won all 3 games tonight. 15-6, 15-10, 15-7. They are now going to the gold medal match against a very powerful Brazil on Saturday night. Great match and a great comeback from a team that looked demoralized just a few nights ago.